What's up guys, Murray here with Murray's Mobile Mechanics and welcome to the channel. The car for today is a 2007 Lexus RX350 and we are doing a rack and pinion. So customer provided their own parts, so we're just installing for them. So let me set myself up and we go from there. So safety first, you can see we've choked the wheel at the back right here to prevent the car from free rolling. And then when we come inside here, you can see our parking brake is engaged, and then I've used this old school setup to lock the steering wheel. Not 100% straight, but definitely closer to where we need it. I've just used the seat belt to lock it in place, move the front driver's seat all the way forward to have it lock into the latch right there. So the car is secured at the bottom. You can see I got 3 jack stands securing the vehicle, and I got the jack on the other side. So right now I'm going to go under the vehicle, take off the plastic cover underneath, and then we'll take the front 2 wheels off, and then we go from there. So right now I'm under the vehicle after taking the plastic covers out. This side on the driver's side is not pretty bad, but when you come to the passenger side, that's where it gets messy. You can see we got a large leak right there. I can see the drain plug is soaked in oil. The CV axle right here, but I kind of feel like the power steering pump is leaking right there. You can see where I'm pointing with the flashlight. There's a drip of fluid, and when I was raising the car on the driver's side, when I was jacking up, fluid just oozed out on the right side. So all this came from the boot for the rack and pinion, so you can see it is leaking massively. So right now let me take the front wheels off and then we get going. Hello viewers, so this is how we are looking on the passenger side, and that's where the leak is the most. Like I was saying, when I raised the car on the driver's side, all this fluid you're seeing right there oozed out of the rack and pinion from there. So definitely our seal inside there is bad. And then you can see, like I was saying, the power steering pump also is leaking, and definitely we'll let the customer know about that. So you can see there's a lot of oil mess on the passenger side, mostly coming from the power steering pump and the rack and pinion. So now we got everything out. Let me set myself up and then we start going. Hello viewers, so right now I'm under the vehicle, and the first thing we're going to do is we are going to disconnect that steering column linkage to the rack and pinion. It's a 12mm bolt right there. I loosened it with a ratchet with a socket right there, and right now we just speed up. We just use our ratchet to take it off completely, just like so. This is the one right there. So we'll take that bolt out, and then what we're going to do is we'll just grab a pry bar. Let me turn the line on. We'll just get a pry bar and then tap it upwards so that it disconnects from the rack and pinion. So that's what I'm going to do off camera. I'll bring you guys back once it's done. So we insert our pry bar, we'll set it up just like so, and then tap with the hammer right there just to move it away from the rack and pinion. Hello viewers, so what I'm going to do right now is the same thing we're going to do on the driver's side. It's going to be the same thing we're going to do on the passenger side. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to actually unlock this locking nut on the inner tie rod to the outer tie rod. We're going to use a 90mm wrench right there, and then we're also going to take this cutter pin out. I believe it's either a 17 or 19mm bolt. We take that bolt out, I mean the nut out, and then we're going to use a hammer to separate the tie rod from the knuckle. We're going to hit it from right there. We're going to disconnect the sway bar link from right there. I believe that's a 17mm nut. And then if you look down there, we are going to take off those two 12mm bolts. There's one right there and there's one on the other side. We are going to raise the sway bar link because we need to access that 90mm bolt on this side and the nut on the other side. I don't know, on the other side right there. So, and we're just going to create passage for the rack and pinion to come out. So let me set myself up and then we get going. Hello viewers, so on the passenger side we got a little bit of a challenge. So on the front nut I used the ratchet. I managed to squeeze it in and I managed to loosen it, but for the corner one, let me crawl under the vehicle. I show you how I managed to get to it. So the first thing I did, I used this longer 12mm wrench to break it loose, and then I switched to the ratcheting one. So let me show you the setup. Actually, you have to go in not this way but this way. That's how I managed to get to it. So you can see it is in there, right there. That's the setup of the wrench right there, and all you have to do is keep going slowly, and then that's how I got it. So I'm gonna take those off camera by hand, and then we're going to lift up the sway bar link. We are trying to access, see that bolt right there? There's a nut on the other side. This is on the driver's side, easily accessible, but for this side, not until we take that sway bar bushing and frame. Let me put the light right there so that you see what I'm talking about. That's the one right there. Let me see if I can put the light this way. We have to take that bushing off right there. That's why we're taking those 12mm bolts. So let me take those off, and then we'll be able to access the 19mm bolt, and then I'll show you how those bolts come out. What's up guys? So before I disconnect the bolts and nuts holding the rack and pinion to the frame of the vehicle, we have to loosen the lines, these ones. So we are going to use a 17mm wrench to just break loose these lines. I'll start with accessible one, this one right here. I know light is not the best friend right there, but I've broken it loose. Let me see if I can get closer, and then we can actually take it off. So this is one of them, and then we got the other one. Let me loosen the other one from the other side, and then we go from there. Hello viewers, so this tells me this rack and pinion has been replaced before. You can see the tag right there. So you can see right now the bottom one is out, and the only way you can differentiate the difference is the bottom one has got the bigger bolt head. You can see right there. I'll show you in a PC. Right there, it's got the bigger bolt head. It goes to the bottom, and the one with the small bolt head goes to the top. So right now you can see the top one is out as well. This is the one with the small bolt head, and this guy's got the bigger bolt head, goes to the bottom. So I'm gonna pull this one off, and right now you can see we are dripping fluid, so I'm gonna let it drip out and then I'll bring you guys back. Hello viewers, so I had to break the bolt and nut loose using this bigger breaker bar, and there is a 70mm wrench on the other side, and right now I am going to take it with the impact wrench. I tried to put the impact wrench there, it did nothing, so this is how we're going to take it out. And it should be out just like so. You can see the bolt is out. This is the one right here. It is almost out, so I'm gonna take it off completely off camera and I'll bring you guys back. It's actually just difficult to work on the driveway. On your lift, it's pretty easy and straightforward, but on the driveway it's a bit tough. So we got the bolt out. You can see this is the one right here, and taking off the other one is tricky. I'm gonna take it off camera through this hole right there, and then I'll bring you guys back. So now it's broken loose. So hello viewers, so after every bolt and nut is disconnected, it's time to pull this rack and pinion off the vehicle. So you have to make sure you clear away with the sway bar. That's why we took off those two 12mm bolts holding the sway bar link, because the sway bar itself is in the way. So everything is out. This rack and pinion should slide out on the driver's side. So let me set myself up and then we go from there. What's up guys, so the rack is out. This is the old one and the new one looks exactly the same. You can see the bushing setup is right here with the stud for the nut. You got this line. This is the one right here. This is the one right here. It comes all the way to the other side, and this is the one right here. It comes to the other side, and then we got the other one coming from this side. It goes down to right there, and that's the same one with this one, comes to there. So it looks exactly the same. The bushing setup right here is also the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch the tie rods, the outer tie rods, from the old one to the new one. So we are going to count the threads on the passenger side and on the driver's side, and at this point we are going to set the rack and pinion to the center so that it's not off alignment way too much. So I'm going to center this right now and then we go from there. So to center the rack and pinion is super easy. All you have to do is take off these rubber bushings like so. There's two of them, and then we don't want to damage the grooves on the shaft. We are going to use a vice grip, so we are going to set it up just like so, and then we are going to turn this shaft. You can turn it either direction, so I'll go this way. So we'll count, we'll let it reach all the way to the other side just like so, and then when it reaches that point You're going to make a marking on the shaft. I'll show you in a bit. So if you look, I've made a mark on the shaft right there and on the rack itself. So we are going to turn it counterclockwise. We're going to count the turns and then we'll set it in the middle. That's one. And then we're gonna turn it half right there. That should mark our center. So right now we are going to put our center as right here. So that's our center for this rack and pinion. So we are going to install it, and then pretty much installing this rack and pinion is the reversal of how I took it out. And I don't see any part number, all I see is the item number right there. So I can't see any part number. I believe that should be the part number. I don't even know where the customer bought the rack and pinion. So either way, I'm going to install this rack and pinion back on. Right now it is a little bit centered, not 100% but close to alignment. So next we are going to count the threads on the passenger side. We'll take the tie rod out, we'll switch it to the new rack and pinion, and we're going to do the same to the driver's side. So let me do that and then we go from. So this is the passenger side. We'll count the threads and then we'll write on the box so that we don't forget the right side, and then the left will do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 10 and a half. All right, 10 and a half on the box right there. We'll say. And that's the reason why you loosen these. So I'll start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 and a half. So roughly it's gonna be 10, and on the other side 11. So now the rack and pinion is in. So right now I'm gonna put everything back together off camera, and I'll bring you guys back when everything is set. What's up, guys? So you can see we got our old rack outside right there. The new one is put back in place. The tie rods, they are back on. Don't overlock this nut because the car is gonna go for alignment pretty soon. We got our tie rods, our cutter pin in right there. We got our sway bar link connected right there. We got our sway bar bracket and bushing also connected right there. So right now let me crawl under the vehicle. I'll show you the other stuff that's in place. So you can see right there our lines are connected right there, the top one and the bottom one. I'll tell you this, when installing the rack and pinion I had to take this bracket out. There's a 40mm bolt right here and the 40mm nut right there. I took it out because the rack and pinion will not slide in easily. So once you take that out, it should fall in place. So let's go check the other side as well. So this is what I meant. So that bolt should pass through this groove to lock it so it doesn't separate. So that's what I meant when I say make sure you push it in all the way to where this groove will be aligning to where the bolt will go through. And one more thing, you can see my 90mm bolt is in right there, and the nut on the other side right there. So on the driver's side everything is good to go, and I had to use this long pry bar with the hammer to slide it down here to go and push that linkage from the steering wheel to actually slide all the way down to the shaft of the rack and pinion. So I had to go through the air filter and the master cylinder right there. So we go to the passenger side. You can see our sway bar is connected, our tie rod and the nut catapin. Like I said, lock this one. These are 22 before they were 19. Lock these not too much because the car is going for alignment. We got our bushing on the sway bar right there, and we got the bolt in right there. Let's see if we can focus. We got the bolt in right there and the nut on the other side. So everything is back in place. Sway bar, tie rod, and remember we had, I think, 10 threads on the passenger side and 9 threads on the driver side. So it's close to where it's supposed to be. And right now, all we need to do is top up some ATF. You can see what is recommended on the cap right there. It says use Dextron type ATF. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill it up, run the car, turn the steering wheel all the way to the left and all the way to the right a couple times until you bleed the air out of the system. Make sure you got no leaks, and pretty much that's all it takes to do a rack and pinion on a 2007 Lexus RX350. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share. Marais here with Marais Mobile Mechanics, signing out. Stay blessed, and we'll see you on the next one.